Alright, so it is January 3rd, 2013, and I have Mack with me. Why did you initially contact me?
Originally I contacted you because I've seen a couple of videos of yours, but I've had some experiences when I was young that kind of, I don't know, they made me sort of feel like we had like a relation in a way, like we had like similar experiences, and I don't know, I guess just some experiences that I had, I was kind of like looking for answers and stuff. So.
And you said that when you were a child, that there were people that came into your room with a clipboard. Is that correct?
Yeah, it was, I mean, it was kind of just like, I don't know if it was exactly like clipboards, but they were definitely like taking notes. Maybe not necessarily on clipboards, but in general, they were doing a lot of writing.
Okay. And these people, do they look like extraterrestrials or do they look human?
No, they were definitely more like human. They were, I mean, I could see pretty much in detail, and they were dressed in, just regular clothes, and they look pretty human to me. So okay. I never really incorporated them as alien.
Did you ever see how they entered your room?
Well, it would all be at night when I was young, probably around like, I'd say around like 3 to 7, and not that was like my age, but when I was asleep, it'd probably be around like 10 o'clock or so at night. But I didn't necessarily saw exactly how they came in the room, but they would just kind of just appear. Basically, it was just.
Did you ever see them?
They would just come into fruition from like thin air.
Did you ever see them materialize or dematerialize?
Oh yeah, definitely. It was. I mean, I guess I never really thought of it as like that being the word, but yeah, they would definitely just appear and then disappear.
Well, the reason I wanted to clarify that is because I just want to make sure your parents aren't letting some group of people into their house and let them come up into your room. So,
oh no, definitely.
okay.
My mom was she was actually in the room with me because honestly, this happened so many times when I was young that she would basically just spend the night in my bed with me, and that way.
Did she ever see them?
What's that?
Did she ever see these people?
No, but she would definitely be. She'd be awake, and I mean, I'd be telling her all about them, and she'd be like, Mac, I can't see them. You're just imagining them, but I mean, they were clear as day to me.
Okay, were they was your mom in the same room at the same time as them?
Oh yeah, definitely.
So only you could see them.
Right, exactly.
Well, they do have a way. I know, at least in my case, what they can do is they can program certain people to not be able to see these beings. Like for me, at least what I've been told is that that these entities can enter my home and be standing right next to me, but I'm not able to see them because it's some I don't know if it's an implant or just programming that they've done. But if somebody else that wasn't programmed was in the same room with me at the same time, they would see these beings. And
right, so kind of like they're on like different frequencies, sort of thing.
I don't know if it's hard to say what happened. If they manipulated her or not, but what's kind of curious about this is that you were asking me if I could find some information about your past, and I didn't really do too deep of investigation, but my friend said that you were possibly an FBI or CIA agent in a past life, and that these entities were coming around to, well, that I really don't know why they were coming around. Maybe.
Yeah, I was definitely interested when you told me about that, finding more information about all of that in general, and how. I mean, it was interesting that you said that the my past life kind of related to the beginning of that life, But
okay, and you said that soon after we had our first discussion, you actually got a needle mark.
Yeah, actually, I mean, truthfully, I got one that I really genuinely believe was one, and then there was another one that's still kind of in my mouth. And actually, there's two that are like symmetrical on each side that are really bigger, but I kind of wrote those off as like maybe biting my teeth or something like that. But the one that I took a picture of and sent to you, that one, I had looked the night before and there was nothing there, and then I talked to you and then went to bed and woke up and there it was.
Okay. And then you said that soon after not only the needle mark, you also came down with the flu or sore throat or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, all sorts of stuff, and still sort of getting over it.
Yeah, and it's possible that could have been maybe self-destruct programming, because I noticed that a lot of times when new survivors first are told or first realize what they've been used for, then they start getting really, really ill. Like there could be flu. I'm not saying like deathly ill, but just generally you become like sick, and then you recover.
That's kind of the vibe I got, honestly. And I mean, that was the weird thing about it was when I woke up, I had I had a headache, and I don't really ever get headaches.
Okay.
And it was just strange to me the fact that I was fine the day before, and then I woke up and it was like feverish. It was just complete shift.
All right. Well, is your family connected to anything, any secret projects or programs you think that might?
Truthfully, I would have no idea, and like that. I mean, I would not know how to ask them a question like that. The only thing that recently I looked into. I was asking my sister, and she apparently knows that my grandparents. I'll go through all four of them because originally I told you I had no idea whether or not they were, involved with any kind of government jobs in general. But I found out that they're all actually involved, not with anything, that I would think is being like really important or like a secret sort of thing. But at the same time, they did probably see some stuff that was really top secret. Like for example, my one grandfather worked for the Navy or for NASA, and he basically was like a consultant for them. But also his wife was a secretary for. I've just figured this out, so I have to figure out exactly for who. But she was apparently a secretary for someone high up in NASA. And then on my other side of the family, my other grandfather was a president of a Freemason lodge in D.C., and I don't know how big or small that lodge is, but regardless, he was the president of it. And his wife she worked in the Navy, and she filed like top secret documents and stuff, but I don't know how top secret, but we always used to ask when she was young, or when we were young, like, what about? And she would say, I can't really talk about it, but it was that kind of thing. So I actually found out that all four of them worked. Originally I didn't know what they did, but now I found out all four of them had some kind of, relation to the topics that we talk about.
All right. Well, do you feel that you've perhaps been groomed by whoever these beings are from a young age for a certain position?
Possibly. I really don't know, though. That's the thing. I'm extremely new to the whole idea, and I just am starting out, and I really have to figure all that out. Truthfully, though, like as of right now, I don't necessarily feel like I'm like a Manchurian candidate or anything like that. But I don't know. I do sometimes feel like there's some things that are going on.
Okay.
Like, for example, getting sick after I talk to you.
All right. I guess at this time, since we really don't have anything else to go on, we can try a regression. Well, at this point, I think what we need to do is just clear the energy field of any negativity, anything that might interrupt us. So, do you give me permission to call upon your guardian angels and guides?
Absolutely.
All right. We call upon Mack's guardian angels and guides, and mine as well, for protection from the dark side, from any beings or entities, spies, agents, Anyone who is listening to this conversation who shouldn't be, we ask that for protection, and that Mack will be able to find the information that he seeks without anyone else trying to stop him. And we do this without ego attachment and for our healing and integration. Do you give me permission to activate my Neo Cube?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Well, for you, of course, while laying down, close your eyes if you haven't done so already. I want you to see a cube in your mind, and in the inside of the cube, there's going to be like all these copper cones. Inside that, the hollow cavity, I want you to visualize a holographic representation of the super universe. So that's going to be your Neo Cube, and I got mine in front of me. So, device activated and increase. Device, we trust you completely integrate our mind, body, and spirit. And without touching the cube, kind of hold your hands out. Of course, put your hands, lay them on the bed, but don't cross your hands or anything like that. But let me know when you can start to feel some kind of energy sensations coming out of the cube into your hands.
Okay.
Device, we trust you completely integrate our mind, body, and spirit. Stargate, we trust you completely. And what I want you to do is to see a bright light, Stargate, opening up in your pineal gland. Stargate, we trust you completely. Do you see it?
I do.
Device activates Stargate mode, automatic mode. And so the portal opens up into a hallway of many doors. And behind each door is going to contain an answer to a certain question in your life. So at this point, Mack, what is the most important thing that we need to work on right now?
What comes to mind is that I need to figure out what my purpose is in this life and how it relates to my life history.
All right, so go ahead, and there are many doors in front of you, and just go ahead and pick one of them that you feel would have the answer to that door.
It's kind of hard to visualize, but I see like a bluish kind of sky, but it's kind of a red-brown, like the earth is kind of like a reddish color.
So, all right, so you say you see a blue sky.
A blue sky, and it was like a reddish tint kind of earth color, but it's like a landscape.
Okay. Okay, and do you see any beings around you?
No, I'm just standing looking at the landscape around me, I guess.
Okay. Do you feel that there's anything that you need to explore?
Where I am, I think, I don't know, it kind of looks, it looks as if I'm not on Earth necessarily, like maybe Mars or something.
The easiest way to do this is, let's go into outer space. Just go ahead and levitate like Superman. Just take a jump off the ground, jump, now go up and fly. And you can do this, because we know we're in our astral form, so go ahead and fly up above the atmosphere, keep going up, keep going up. And when you get above the planet, look around. Can you see where you are? Is it planet Earth?
No, I think the first thing that I thought when I was going up is that I saw, it looked like that skull on Mars, basically, that face or whatever.
Okay. Can you look around you, the other planets? Or do you see planet Earth?
No, I can only see, this one planet.
Okay. Do you see any moons?
Like the sphere of it, basically. No, I can only see a planet.
All right. Go back down. Go back down to the same spot. Gently make a slow landing there. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and play the timeline forward a bit. Or we could play it backwards. I'll let you decide which direction you want to take it. Let's go to the most important significant event, whatever your connection is. So go ahead and play it forward or backwards to when you see something of interest.
Uh, but immediately all I can think is the um when I said that I was trying to stop it, that it has something to do with Mars.
Something with Mars?
Yeah, but I don't know what yet.
Okay, but when you say stop it, stop what?
That's what I mean. I don't know. So
Okay,
maybe
so
if we can head in that direction.
okay, so you get this almost like a feeling in your mind that you're here to stop something.
That I was here.
Okay.
Maybe in my past life, that's what I was doing.
Okay, so play the timeline either forward or backwards to the point, whatever your connection is, to stop this event.
Well, I'm sort of back at that visualization of the landscape, and I kind of think that I see, I don't know, like some sort of problem, like something bad happening. Like there's like a lot of like action in general, a lot of movement, but I can't necessarily focus yet on what
Okay.
what exactly it is.
So when you say you see movement, is it like far up in the distance?
Yeah, like it's kind of like, I don't know, as if like the sky were changing away, like it's kind of
The sky is changing?
changing colors and stuff.
Well, what color is the sky changing into?
Oh, it's like flashing different colors.
All right. Okay, can you see what the source of the flashing, what's causing the flashing? Go ahead and levitate up in the air and go to the source.
I think it has to be some sort of device. I can't exactly see where it's coming from because however far I go, it always still, it's like it encompasses the whole sky basically. Like
Okay.
it's all around me, you know.
Okay. So, all right, well that's fine. Okay. Well, can you let's go over to where the activity is.
Okay.
All right. So go ahead and first of all, do you feel these are these people?
I don't know yet. I just,
Okay. Well, get a little bit closer.
There's some sort of dome, but then there's like an extension from that dome that has a device in it that's kind of just square, and it would look like a power source or like a power generator or something. And it whatever. I think that's what's making that flash in the sky. I think the dome is like there's like a bigger dome, and I think that, you know, that might be where someone lives, or, you know, people are.
Okay. Well, can you describe how big is the dome?
I mean, I'm in the air, so it's big enough that, I mean, it looks pretty big from, you know, up in the air. So I can't really gauge though.
The scale.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, go down a bit and go down to the ground level, right up to the edge of the dome, and kind of get an idea how high it goes up.
It's just huge. It looks like, I don't know, like a small town.
All right. Move around the dome and try to find where the entrance is. And do you see any of the inhabitants?
No, it's kind of like a translucent sort of color, so I can't really see into it.
Okay. Do you see any beings outside?
I don't. It's just like rocks and landscape.
All right.
Kind of like a desert kind of scene. But,
Okay.
it makes me kind of think it might not actually be Mars, but it might be somewhere else, like a different solar system or something.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. But let's not focus so much on what planet it is. Are you able to find an entrance inside?
No, I don't.
Okay,
even think
that's
there
fine.
is
Okay.
an entrance.
Then we're gonna have to do some dematerialization here. This might feel a little weird. Have you ever put your hand through like Well, I'm sure you've put your hand through, say, like a waterfall.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so that's what it's going to feel like. I want you to change your physical structure to go through the glass. It's actually called phasing. Let me know when you've done it. All right, good. So what do you see inside?
Just looks like a lot of technology, really. Like, it looks like a bunch of servers, kind of like a just generic, server type technology, like in a giant computer storage place or something like that.
So this whole dome is a huge storage facility?
Well, just from what I can see for right now.
Well, how big? Can you see the entire inside, or is it just one room that you're in?
No, it's kind of like a room.
Oh, okay. That's fine. All right,
It seems smaller, like it's big on the outside, but when I went in, I must be in a room because it seems a lot smaller.
Okay. All right. Does the technology look like something of that you would find here on planet Earth, or is it something alien looking?
It just looks. It looks honestly very human. It looks like computers, like normal computer stuff.
Oh, good.
It could be advanced, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Even better. All right. Are you able to see any computer screens?
It doesn't seem like there is one in there. Like maybe that's just where they store like the memory. And
okay. Well, do you see a doorway into a hallway, maybe?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Go ahead. Go step through that, and go find another room that has. Well, is there anybody in this facility?
I don't know. That was just the one place that I've seen, but it doesn't seem like it. Or if so, there might be, but I don't know if I'm.
Is it okay? Or is it?
I don't know if I'm visible or if I can see them or something.
Well, no, it's fine. Don't. It's okay whether you're visible or not. We can take care of that when needed. But are you able to see any computer? Are the computers actually working? Is there lights in the facility?
A few. Like in the one room, there were a few. It was just kind of like the lights that say that something is on.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I want to know. All right. So it's an active facility, at least actively being used. We can guess at this point. All right. Well, go find another room where you can see a computer, preferably one that's already turned on. And if not, then you have to turn it on. I guess it's fine.
Okay. I kind of actually, when I walk out of the room, it's going to be really hard to describe, but it's like if there was a whole dome. If you imagine like how a donut would look, imagine like there's like different levels all the way down. There's a long way down, but it's in that circular shape all the way down, and in the center it's kind of like hollow, but then you can see each individual level as you look down. So that's all I can see right now is it's kind of like the center like walkway.
Okay, so the inside of this so on the top there's like a glass dome, but on inside the dome it almost looks like it's like what is it, concave, or where it goes into the earth.
Right, exactly. Like it goes straight down.
So
like
it's almost
like a silo would be, and then like the top of the silo is the dome that you're in.
Oh, so it's not like a huge sphere where half of it's outside and half it's in the ground. It's actually like a sphere with it on top of a cylinder.
Exactly.
All right.
And then the cylinder, I guess the rooms would all be. I can see it's kind of like the center is hollow, and it's just a way to like look all the way down.
Okay. Well, go ahead and find another computer, or computer that you can access. Well, actually, probably a better way to do it is use your ability to hone in. I want you to use your psychic intuition to kind of guide you through the facility to find a computer that will show you answers of where you are, and maybe even answers about yourself, whatever brought you here. So obviously there's some kind of connection. We're going to find it out the best we can.
I just keep thinking that I need to go further down.
Okay, do that. And you can levitate. So don't worry about the drop.
It's there.
Look up. So
Yeah.
go okay. Levitate up, and while not looking down, go ahead and look up, and now feel yourself slowly drifting down, down, down. All right. So kind of stabilize your body, and go ahead and feel yourself going to where you need to go.
Okay, I see the door. I'll walk in.
Is this place still? Oh, go ahead.
I see a computer, but it doesn't look like it's on. I'm gonna try.
Yeah.
Have
you seen any other beings in this facility yet?
No, it just looks. I don't know. It looks like it. I just haven't seen anyone. It doesn't mean that they're not there. I just don't know if I can.
Okay, that's fine. Well, go ahead and turn the computer on and let me know when that's all booted up. Does it look like
it's asking for a password?
Oh, see, that's what I was afraid of.
Yeah.
Well, there are different ways to get around this. Do you happen to know what the password would be? Anything off the top of your mind?
No, not that I know of, because this is. I don't know. This is something that I haven't really.
Okay.
I haven't really visualized this before.
Okay, that's fine. Put a bubble around you. You're going to be invisible to everyone around you. And we're going to open up a quantum tunnel. And we're going to shift the timeline into the past. Just to the point where somebody is using the computer and they leave the room. And they won't come back for quite some time. So and then stop it. Stop, and then go back to the third dimension. Let me know when you've done that. Well, first of all, do you see, when you're playing it backwards, do you see the beings that are in this room?
I do, and they it just looks like they're humans. It looks like people dressed in, like casual business clothes, basically.
Okay, that's fine.
Like as if they live there.
Yeah, okay. So, alright, okay, good. Well, let me know when you're at the point where where this other individual leaves the computer and leaves the room, and you have access to the computer all by yourself.
Okay.
Good. Wonderful. All right. It's all yours.
Yeah.
What do you see on the screen?
I see it's like a name, honestly, but it's just, I don't know if that's necessarily me, but it's just, I'd only see one. It's not the full name. It's just Jackson. But I think that was the password that I used, but that's what came to me. But I see it on the screen now, just in big letters. Jackson.
Is that the name of this facility? Is Jackson's?
Maybe. I don't know. It could be. Like it would be like the screen, and then there's the blue screen, and then it says in the middle of it in big letters Jackson. I'm hitting enter, and it's like on that screen. Maybe there's something still I have to do, but.
Okay. Well, can you? Is there a way you can like pull up a help menu, or something? Maybe an FAQ to kind of get an idea, or anything on the database, which might give you an idea where you are. I suppose they don't have a Google Maps.
I don't know. It's just, I think that it seems like all of these computers in here, they don't really necessarily hold any kind of information like that. They're just like, they hold, like random, it sort of seems like it's just like recordings and, like information on people, like random information that are not like
okay.
details.
Well,
phone conversations and stuff.
Why don't you put is there a way you could put your name in there to see if any databases come up that's connected to your name?
I put my name in, but every time it just goes back to that screen.
Okay.
It almost seems like a fail-safe or something.
Okay. Well, go ahead and put my name in there.
Yeah, it still goes to that screen. It's almost like as if this is just, I don't know, it's just not a...
Well, Mac, your intuition told us to go to this room. Is there something else in this room we need to explore? First of all, is there a way you can delete the history so people don't know you were poking around?
I guess I can just turn it off real quick, but I think that I don't know, I feel like we won't be in trouble or anything like that.
Okay, they won't know. Oh, that's fine.
Right.
Well, okay, good. Well, go. What else? What else could we look in this room? For whatever reason you felt that we needed to come here, or maybe it is the computer. What are we here to look for? Do you see anything else that sticks out as unusual?
Just in general, I think the entire facility is what I'm here for. Like, I saw the room and like how far it extends, but it kind of just looks like it keeps going and going.
Okay.
But I don't know if it's an individual room or a computer that I'm looking for. I think I was trying to figure out exactly what that whole facility is for.
Okay, so the name so you think that this is perhaps the facility is named Jackson's?
Jackson, like Jackson. Well,
it's interesting you mentioned this word Jackson, because I've done another regression with another individual who pulled up my file, and he said that I was taken to the Jackson facility.
Really?
Okay. So I don't know whether or not you are tapped into me, or whether you actually. Well, I did ask that you find a connection for yourself, not for me. So,
right. Well, I'm sorry to say, unfortunately, it was like the first time I've done this too.
No,
so.
don't apologize. You're doing good. All right. Well, then go ahead and make yourself invisible. Bring your back self up. Put the bubble around you, and let's go back out in the hallway. I want you to find the room where whatever your connection is to this facility. If you can find a room in the whole base, wherever you are, perhaps maybe go back in time.
I think. I'm sorry to interrupt. I have this like thought in my head. Like, I think that the reason I saw Jackson, the reason that you're mentioned in it too, is because I think I might have been working with you somehow to like put an end to the Jackson facility or whatever it was doing. I'm not sure exactly. I can't remember what.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Well, that's a good point. Well, let's do some exploring. I want you to use your intuition and just move around the facility and find the secret areas that whatever they're doing in this facility that is of extreme importance to know. Maybe go down deep, and you might need to step through some of the walls.
It just seems like I don't know, I can't exactly pinpoint exactly what they're doing, but it seems like there's a lot of people in the bottom levels that are, like, it just, like, looks like scientists, basically.
Okay. Well, let's
like a lot of them.
Let's do this. Give me permission to astrally project inside your astral projection?
Sure.
Okay. I'm going to materialize an astral body, and you're going to see him. It may look like a cloud and it slowly solidifies, or it may just instantly materialize. Let me know when you see me. And it's going to be my super soldier alter. His name is Agent Sabretooth.
Okay.
You see me?
I do.
All right. Okay, we're gonna do some levitating, and I'm gonna make myself invisible. All right, now I'm gonna let him lead you to the room that he feels that you need to see. So go ahead and is he moving?
Yeah.
All right.
We're going into a room.
Okay. Good. All right. Let me know when you're at the location.
Okay. It seems like when we went in there, it's just like all I can see is basically just Nazi kind of things, it just seems like there's people who are Nazis who are there, basically.
Well, when you say Nazis, how do you know they're Nazis?
Well, there's like the insignia on the wall, like the swastika.
Oh, really?
And, yeah. And, it just looks like it looks kind of like a boardroom, and there's like it's like a long table, and then there's 12 people at it, and they all kind of look. And there's like a Nazi flag behind the head of the table.
Okay, great.
It's
All
like
right.
a meeting room.
Okay.
And I think that's what I was trying to stop, was like the Nazi, like, corruption or something.
All right, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, that's fine. So we're in we're in a boardroom.
Right.
Okay. Is there anyone else in this boardroom?
No, not right now. It's just a board, like it's like a boardroom with.
Okay. Good.
Chairs.
Well. Okay. Does it look super modern, or does it look, I don't know, maybe Spartan, maybe something from 1960s, or what? 60s decor? Is it? How would you describe it?
It's like a nice rosewood table, and then it's long, and then the chairs are leather, and there's it's very like symmetrical. Like the room is very rectangular, and it fits the same shape as like the table.
Right now I'm feeling like I want to bust something up. I feel like I want to bust that table up. I don't know why, but don't do that.
Okay.
All right, and well, how would you describe the chairs?
The chairs it's kind of just like nice black leather in a way.
Okay.
Like,
okay, good. Well, go ahead and stand in the corner and make. Of course, I'm assuming we're still invisible. If not, you should be. Keep yourself invisible. Let's go ahead and play the timeline either forward or backwards. Use your intuition. And I want you to find the most important thing that we need to see, a meeting. So everybody, I want you to see and it's going to be a meeting that they're doing that's very critical for something for what we need to know. Maybe something even connected to us, or maybe humanity in a general, or I don't know, whatever it is. So.
I see people there, and it's like older men, and they're dressed in suits, and they're talking to each other.
Okay, when you say suits, do they look like they're all dressed up to go to church?
Well, it's like business suits, basically. Like, they're all dressed very, very nice. And they all have this, like, very powerful esque to them in a way, or like aura about them.
So, what kind of impression do you get from these people? Like, look at their aura field, the energy around them. Do you feel that these people are people that we would want to be friends with?
No, they don't have a very. To me, it's kind of like I see like it's like a shadow behind them. It's like kind of like a dull grayish color.
Almost like they're being possessed.
Yeah, in a way.
Okay. Well, do you see? Do you play the timeline to the point when they get into a discussion? It could even be a heated discussion, something that we need to know. So you hear them talking amongst themselves. What are some key words that you hear from the conversation?
We'll have to kill them all. That's one thing. That's like the main thing that I heard. But then everything else is just kind of like arguments. Either, it's like a debate about that topic, basically. I don't know who. I don't think they were talking about us or you in specific. Okay. I think they were talking about like a larger mass of people.
Okay, so it wasn't specifically projects. It was more like the population in general.
Right.
Well, I guess it's good to know.
Maybe maybe not like an entire map. Like, I'm not talking about like a whole planet worth of people or something, but like a large group of people. But I guess it would be like a specific project. But I don't think they're talking about super soldiers or anything.
That's okay. Like that. Well, let's find out what group of people they're talking about. Is there any projector screens that come down, or do you see them with any folders of pictures that kind of give me an idea what group?
No, they actually don't have any kind of like writing or anything. They're all it's like a blank table, and I don't even see pens on the table. It's kind of like they purposely didn't want to bring writing.
Well,
Like
okay,
that.
okay. Well, then just listen in. We'll just sit here for a few moments and see if you can hear a few keywords that give you an idea.
Okay. I heard like a part of the debate, which is like it's not something that's worth the effort, and then I hear this project kind of like it's like people are debating between the time they put into the project and then whether it's worth continuing it or not. But I don't necessarily. It's like I can't really hear. None of them are mentioning like a project name or anything like that. It's just kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of like they just refer to it as like the project in general.
Is this the most important thing that we need to know or from this meeting?
I think so.
Okay, good.
Right now.
All right. Well, then let's play the timeline either forward, backwards, for another meeting. Something else that we need to know. Okay. I don't know whether are you going forward or backwards right now.
Backwards. They're wherever it is that we are, they're trying to like make it entirely like habitable, and that's what they're arguing about, is whether or not it's a good idea for them to continue that and to continue trying to terraform, or I guess like make it habitable wherever they live, or whether or not they should just stay where they are. Maybe, I don't know, to me it kind of seems like they like are running away from wherever it is they come from. I guess it has to be Earth, and I guess because I saw Nazi, talking earlier. Maybe, I don't know, it could be that they were working together, but it just seems like whoever it is that's in this dome or, in this facility, they're hiding in a way.
Okay, so they're hiding out from the entities here on Earth?
Yeah, like they're trying to basically like start their own little utopia, basically.
Okay. Well, I'm surprised they weren't put on quarantine. Haven't other ETs put the Mars and other planets, outer space, on quarantine?
I have no idea. I think this might be like a past thing, like somewhere around like the 50s or something. I have no idea whether or not
you went back
like quarantined.
But so this boardroom looks noticeably different now in the clothing and attire.
No, it just feels like it was like a recent past life. Like it feels like it feels like the only reason that I was there is because of what I had access to.
You had a past life in this facility?
Well, I feel like this might be the FBI life or the CIA life or whatever.
Interesting. Well, why don't you find yourself? Are you in that board meeting, or are you somewhere else?
I'm not like participating in the board meeting, but I was in like the corner, like you were telling me.
Corner? Do you see
like
yourself?
The corner of the room, basically, just watching, observing.
Okay.
Like invisible.
Okay, so you're and you see yourself from a past life.
Right, exactly. Like I feel like I'm.
Was he dressed up?
What I'm seeing is from a past life.
Is he dressed up in a Nazi uniform?
Am I?
Yeah, and from your past life.
No, I think. Actually, I really don't know. I just feel like it's kind of hard to tell. Really, it feels like maybe that I was. Like that wasn't necessarily my ideals. Like maybe that was just like a cover.
Okay, well that's fine. So you think you might have been inserted into that base as a spy?
Possibly, yeah. Like
all right.
I was trying to investigate it.
Do you think we can trust him?
Trust who?
Your past self?
Me from my past. Yeah, definitely.
Then what I want you to do is I want you to merge your astral body over his astral body. and telepathically communicate with him. Ask him if he gives you permission to communicate with your future self. It might be a little unusual, and see if he's able to communicate with you.
It doesn't seem like it. It seems like we're kind of just watching.
Okay, we're probably.
Right?
Yeah, we're probably.
I don't know if I'm that capable of doing that yet.
Well, we probably need to bring your astral body down to that dimension. I don't want you to jump out of invisibility until everybody leaves the room. Is there a way you can access him in private with no one else around? Can you move the timeline around a little bit to when he's alone? Does he ever have a chance being alone?
Well, if I play it back, I kind of like walked in first, like as if I was like security or something.
Well, maybe he goes off for a bathroom break.
Before if I play it back before the people walk in, before the rest of the business people walk in, he's in there by himself, like he. Just I guess to just secure the room.
Oh, okay.
He's in there now,
so you're alone now?
Yeah.
All right. Well, go ahead and bring your. Well, is there video cameras in this room? Well, we're still invisible.
No, there aren't.
Okay. See, I'm going to stay invisible. So lower yours down to hit and match his frequency, and kind of see if he can see you. Try to and solidify yourself. Make him so he can see you.
Okay.
Does he see you?
Yeah, he's kind of freaked out.
Okay, tell him that you're from the future, and ask him what year it is. And tell
19. He says like 1956, but he's not sure exactly because he's not on the planet. He's not on Earth, basically. Like he can't reference it exactly.
Okay, and tell him you're from 2013.
Okay.
And tell him you're that does he know what the word Milab is?
He's heard of it, but he doesn't know much about it.
Tell him it has something to do with military abductions for ET contactees. And tell him that it's basically
he knows like the generic.
Okay.
But it's not.
Well, tell him that it's utterly become out of control in 2013, and you're here to try to figure out how you can help stop it. And ask him so ask him if he can give you any clues or insights or any information that might help you out.
He said that this group is trying to. Is infiltrating everywhere, like all different aspects of society, and that basically, he said to me that I should look into trying to stop it in terms of like the different aspects that they've infiltrated, like for example music or like media or things like that, like to try and point it out and make it noticeable basically to people. To the average person, like raise awareness in general.
Okay.
But
well,
he's kind of, I don't know, it kind of seems like he's really wigged out and focused on, the fact that he's like undercover and stuff.
So he's
trying to solve some problems himself.
He's reserved. He doesn't really want to give you a lot of info.
Right.
Does he want to discontinue this conversation this time? Or does he want to ask you any questions?
Well, I think he wants us to go because this is right before the people are.
Okay, let's make yourself invisible. Is there anything else we need to explore in this boardroom?
Not right now.
Okay.
I just overall feel like he still wants our presence gone, kind of right now at least.
He wants us out of the room?
Yeah, for now.
Okay. Well,
he wants us to like communicate like on a different occasion, basically.
Oh, okay.
Not like I don't know, not like a different day, but just like not while he's in that room.
Okay, well, does he want to? Do you want to continue communicating with him, or do you want to explore different aspects of this facility?
Well, I think I'd probably rather do other aspects for now.
Okay.
Until...
Well, before you leave, I want you to manifest a holographic camera, and go ahead and take a snapshot of his. Is he wearing insignia at all? A name tag?
Yeah, but it's like a swastika sort of thing, but it's not like the armband. It's just like a little patch.
Oh, okay. Does he have? Do you see his name?
He doesn't have one written on there.
That's generally it is. Okay, well then I guess we'll just have to leave it at that. We'll talk to him some other time. All right, we'll go back out into the facility and let's either. I think we should go. Let's play the timeline forward. And go ahead. Let's let's do a little bit more exploring because I don't want I want you to be fully with me here because you're doing a really good job. Just go ahead and follow my alter, Agent Sabretooth. First of all, what does he look like?
Kind of like a strong. He looks like you basically, but he's like extremely fit.
All right.
That's, all right. I mean, that's at least how I can visualize.
Is he wearing a uniform at all?
It's kind of just, I don't know, I can't really see any like specific kind of insignia or anything like that, but it just looks like military kind of, like, I don't know, like, what's it called? Like the dress, like military dress, like the...
Well,
when military goes out or something like that.
Would it be
not like camo, like more like the formal wear?
Like something like an airline or Air Force pilot would wear?
Yeah, like a nice dress pants and a belt, but it's all like in the military kind of.
All right.
Like all the same colors.
All right. Well, go ahead and just follow him either in the future. I'm assuming in the future. I don't know. If you go in the past, that's fine too. Wherever he takes you to the next important thing. What is it that we need to know? What takes place here, perhaps? What did they do in this facility other than meet at a boardroom? Because, I mean, you said this place is pretty big.
Right.
Can you get an impression how many people may be here?
No, I have no idea.
Well, ask Agent Sabretooth.
It's a lot to count, but it definitely seems like a good bit of people, though.
Ask Agent Sabretooth and ask him what he says.
It says like over 10,000.
Yeah, okay, good. All right, so whereabouts are you headed, or are you now?
We're outside of the facility, but I think what I see is that, like, I think my past life, the guy who we were just talking to, I think he kind of got caught.
Is that what happens next?
It just looks like, I'm standing outside, it looks like they have him like right outside of the dome, and then they're like, leaving him out there.
So
it kind of looks like he didn't. I don't know. Maybe he got caught, or like he failed to do what he was trying to do.
Okay, so they realized he was a spy.
Right.
Well, did they? Was it because of what you did? What we just did?
No.
Okay.
I think that's something he wanted to make clear, though.
Well, we'll approach him and ask him what he did.
He tried to arrest the people involved. Basically, he tried to make it. He basically tried to put him through a justice system that he didn't. He believed a lot in, and then I guess he found out that they were, people were paid off, or he found out that things were a lot more corrupt than he realized.
So I guess the people on planet Earth thought that they had this facility under their control. Maybe for whatever reason, maybe they But then it
well,
turned out.
not necessarily that, just that he thought that he could take them through. Like he didn't. I don't know. I think he kind of learned a lesson that they live outside of the law, and so you can't really try and take them to the law to resolve the situation.
Okay. Did they have like a court inside this facility he tried to take them to?
No, I just think he tried to go back or he tried to communicate back to
Oh.
people. You know, he basically had the evidence that he needed, but then it was all basically like a setup.
Okay. Well, so did the people did his contacts on planet Earth know what? Do they know how corrupt it is?
Yeah, but I think some of the people who he was working with were also corrupt.
Okay.
I think he didn't realize that. I think he put too much faith in the people who he worked with.
Okay. So, is there any other messages he wants to share with you? How about asking?
All I hear is just don't give up right now.
Okay.
That's all I could hear before he just kind of
Okay. Well, ask
faded
him.
away.
Okay, ask him what year it is.
He said again. He said like it has to be somewhere around like 1956 or something. So it must have been like within the same time period that we talked to him.
All right. So now is he alone, all by himself, outside the dome?
Yeah.
What happens next?
It's like he's dying basically. Like they just left him out there to die.
So nobody gives him any food or water?
Well, basically he's just like suffocating. Like.
Oh, he can't breathe the air?
Right. Like it's like too thin. Like there is an atmosphere, but it's not enough to sustain. That's kind of why they had like the dome and stuff.
How long does it take for him to die?
I mean, he suffocates pretty quickly. Just,
okay.
You know, however long it takes to suffocate.
Okay. Ask him before he dies.
I think that might be why I had asthma issues.
Okay. Well, now
why I have them anyway.
Now that you're aware of how you died in your past life, are you going to choose to continue to have asthma, or do we need to work on that?
No, I won't.
All right. Good. Well, all right. Well, I could. Okay. Well, I'll take your word for it. All the asthma is gone at this point. Great. Okay. Now, before he passes away, can you ask him what he wants you to do? If there's anything you could do now. I don't even know if he's really familiar with your situation, or even if you can do anything. But,
yeah, I'm not sure if he's familiar with my situation. I think that's the thing, is like that was why it's important for me to see this, is that it helps me now to know what I'm not sure if he knows necessarily what I should do, because I don't think he necessarily had.
Well, ask him at the name of the
foresight or anything.
Ask him what the name of the facility is.
He said Jackson's.
Okay.
Or Jackson's, or just all I hear is Jackson's.
I feel like I feel like I want to break something right now. Every time I'd focus on that, I just feel like I want to. All right.
Is that kind of synchronistic with you then?
I don't know. I just feel like I want to get in a rage and start tearing things up, but I know I can't do that. All right. Well, I could do whatever I want, but I don't want.
You want to destroy the facility, or?
Well, yeah, maybe, but I think we need to poke around and get some more answers before it goes poof. Well, ask. Okay, so I guess. Maybe you wish your past life self farewell, and hopefully he's not going to die a painful death. But anyhow,
yeah, he said thank you.
All right. So go ahead and follow my altar. Let's explore. I think we have time. Okay, we have time to explore at least one more thing. Are you feeling up to one more thing?
Yeah, definitely one more. But one more is good.
All right. Well, okay, something that may be connected in this life. Something connected with you, maybe even myself. I don't know if we're even connected at all in this life, or if we ever been in past lives, but something of importance. Okay, so go ahead and follow Agent Sabretooth wherever he takes you. Maybe there's a part of that.
I can remember a specific a dream. I think I mentioned it to you before, but it's something that, I don't know, that now it kind of relates more. Like I remember having a dream when I was young of myself running out of, it was some sort of facility. I was running out of the door, and I was like, it seemed like I was running away.
Yeah.
And there were large walls that were keeping that were guarding the facility. And I was running towards the wall, and I remember I was young, but I was like, it was kind of like I was running on floors, like I was kind of like animalistic, and I jumped up onto the wall, and I was right about to leave, and I don't remember if it was necessarily was my mom, or if it was someone who, for me, she, in my head, I viewed her as, whoever it was my mom. Like, that's just what I registered her as. That she came running out of the door after me, telling me to go, like telling me to run, like keep going. And then two people followed behind her, and they were dressed in like Men in Black type outfits.
Yeah.
And they grabbed her, and I remember they grabbed her, and I turned around and saw that. And the reason that they grabbed her, they grabbed her and they slit her throat and killed her, but then green blood came out, and I remember thinking that was weird, and that wasn't real, and that maybe that it was like a fake person that they came running out. And I just remember thinking that the reason that they did all that was to keep me from running, because then I'd see that, my mom got killed, and I remember I jumped off the wall and basically attacked them both and killed them.
Okay, well, this is interesting. You mentioned this, and you said green blood. So it almost, and you said it was. I'm not going to say dreamlike. Well, maybe it was. Maybe it was real. Maybe it was real. Maybe it was a dream. But they do have virtual reality programming centers where they can simulate whatever they want. Do you think perhaps maybe there could be a connection with that, or they have ways of manipulating your dreams remotely, like with astral travel? They can go in there.
Possibly. I remember this was about the same time that I was seeing people in my room and stuff, and I just remember I would see people in the room, and then a lot of times I'd have bad dreams, and that was one of the dreams that I had that I remembered a lot.
I got a great idea. How about first of all, what I'd like you to do is explore what was on that clipboard that they were writing when you were a child. Is it okay? Would you be okay of going back and looking at that, or do you want to explore more of the facility?
No, I would be extremely interested in looking at the clipboard.
All right. Now let's go back in time. I don't know if you really need Agent Sabretooth to show you. You just open up a wormhole portal and go back in time to you. So you go back to the bedroom with you as a kid, your younger self, and pop in there. Of course, keep yourself invisible. All right, and you can go ahead and see those people with clipboards. Do you see them?
Yeah, I do. It's strange. It's almost as if, like, I'm not. I for whatever reason, like, I tried to be invisible and I'm not, but it's okay because it's almost like I'm just like another person in the room. Like my own self doesn't notice that I'm there. It's just another person. It's just kind of like
Okay. Well, stand behind.
I'm like standing next to everyone basically.
Okay. Walk behind them and look down over their shoulder. See what they're writing on their clipboard. And go ahead and just read out some of the words, the important words that you need to know.
I see one person writing high response to stress, basically like active response to stress, but I'm not sure. It doesn't really say what the topic is. It's just like, I don't know, it's like notes to that person's self, like they know what it's about, but whatever it is, it's saying
Okay.
I can see the. I don't know if I ever mentioned it. I can see the. There was one time I'm in a room right now in my room, but I'm at a specific event where I remember specifically there was like a person standing in the middle of the room hitting, and they were acting like they were hitting me and my mom, who's asleep there in the bed with me, and they're acting like they were hitting us with a shovel, and that's what I'm watching right now, and I can see like he's swinging it, and then whoever it is writing like high response to, like.
Okay. Wait, hold on. Somebody is swinging you with a shovel?
They're like, I'm laying in my bed, and then my mom's in my bed with me, and I'm awake, but she's asleep, and I can see the guy. It's like kind of like from third person. I can see the guy swinging at me, and then I can see the person writing.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, like writing in response to it, basically.
Okay.
Like he's writing like that. I have like a high.
And how
psychic kind of response to it.
Okay. And how did you respond? What did he write down?
Well, I remember I was angry. And that's what they're writing is that.
Okay.
I fought back basically, like mentally, like I didn't just take it.
All right.
I don't know. I responded basically.
What kind of answer were they hoping for? Was that the right answer?
That was it.
Okay.
It's kind of like a psychic tenacity sort of thing.
Okay. Well, is there anything else you would like to explore connected to them? Because you could follow them back to the Jackson's facility and poke around their files. Do you feel up to it?
Well, I remember I told them to leave, and I told them that I don't want them around anymore.
Yeah.
And from that point on, I don't I remember they're all walking out, and they just walk through the wall basically and disappear. But I think that they all I can see really is that they're kind of saying like that they had all they needed, like they had done enough.
Yeah.
Research on me.
Okay. Well, is there anything else we need to explore today, or are we done?
I think that's as far as I can go for right now.
All right.
I'm definitely. I need to register all this.
I know. I understand. All right. Well, okay. So let's go step out of this memory and go back into the hallway. 1, slowly coming 2 now. 2, more and more awake, and 3, and make sure you keep the camera with you. Remember the holographic camera. Remembering those images. 4, and on the count of 5, eyes open, wide awake, and 5, eyes open, wide awake, device in session. All right. Great, Mack.
All right, thank you so much, James. That was extremely helpful.
Well, I wasn't expecting that. I never.
Was it bad or?
No, that was really good. Is this the first time you've been regressed?
Yeah, this is the first time I've ever done it, and truth be told, I apologize for any of the delay or anything like that.
No, don't apologize. You did just fine.
Yeah.
Well,
it's really kind of hard to thinking what thoughts are just thoughts, and then what thoughts am I visualizing and stuff. But I've got to work on it more. But also, I forgot to ask you about. I never did get a chance to talk to you about the actual NeoQ because I was really interested in that. That was one of the main reasons why I tried to contact you in the first place.
All right. Well, the NeoQ brings chi energy into your body. It's based on sacred geometry, and with more chi energy, you're able to do. Because chi energy is life force energy, you can use that for manifestation using the law of attraction. But additionally, the cube itself opens up a Stargate portal into the 5th dimension, where you can draw down whatever your thoughts and desires may be into the 3rd dimension. And I use it mostly to help me with my anxiety and depression and all the things that they put me through, the trauma. What I notice it helps me the most is before I realized what I was involved with, I was an emotional wreck, and the slightest little thing would make me upset. I would get easily offended, and and I've noticed that my emotions is stabilized to the point where I don't get as angry at things as I used to, which kind of good because stress and being angry and bitter about things, it gets in the way of making
good decisions. It brings you to a better vibratory state.
Yeah, that's it. And I also noticed that whatever you start thinking about ends up manifesting. It's so some people have commented that the Neo is like a reality generator. I've noticed, especially when I use my radionics machine in conjunction with my Neo cube, it's like if I put a time, let's say I have 8 items I want to manifest and I need it all in the next 7 days. I usually get about 40% of whatever's on that list, which it's better than none, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, just yesterday, my friend called me up and he wanted to get this job. And so I got my radionics machine out on NeoCube, and I did meditation with him. And he called me up this morning. He said he got the job, and it turns out 300 people applied, and he was the only one, and he got it. And he didn't
awesome.
He didn't even have any experience in that, so I don't know how.
It's like a law of attraction amplifier too, then.
Yeah, and actually the cabal has actually tried to come down on the work I've been doing. There's a whole story behind that. Did you ever get to watch that video I did?
Well, that's what I was gonna say. I'm like 2/3 of the way through with the changes on the horizon one, and then I watched recently. I watched the Alex Diaz interview. But besides that, I've been checking out all the stuff, the internet sites that you've been telling me to look at. So.
Yeah, well, yeah, Diaz, I think it's Alex Diaz.
Diaz, okay.
Yeah, he's really gifted and talented. Yeah, I believe he's a reptilian hybrid. And he.
See, that's why I feel it's so bad though sometimes about doing this regression stuff, because I listen to those and they're all saying detailed description. I feel bad that I don't have that yet.
No, you were really, really good. I know some people did not when I regress gets good info. I just only, but anyway, I don't want to comment too much on that. So don't focus so much on what you can or can't get. Just focus on what comes to you. That's all that really matters, because that's what you need to know. Yeah, and so, Changes on the Horizon was a project that took me 3 years to do and cost me about $30,000.
Yeah, you were telling me about that.
Yeah, and
I'll say so far what I've watched, it's well worth it. I really like the stuff about. I never knew about Saint Germain, and or German or whatever his name is. That's a very cool character.
Yeah, well. I kind of wonder where Saint Germain is in all this stuff. Why is he? Well, I guess he can't really take care of this mess. It's up to us. But here's the problem. In AA, and I'm not a member of AA, but in AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, they teach people that you can't fix what you don't acknowledge. So
right.
Very few people know about this Jackson. Actually, I knew there was a Jackson facility. At least I've been told there was. And I've been told I've been taken there. In particular, I've been told, and I'm going to pull this up and read some things on Jackson facility in just a moment. I only have a few minutes.
Yeah, because that was kind of weird to me, because that just came out of the blue for me.
Yeah.
I saw that on the screen. But
well, this Jackson, I always assumed maybe a Jackson facility might have been in Texas or God knows where, maybe Iowa, underground Iowa, some maybe under Air Force Base. But I never would have thought on Mars. Perhaps. Well, maybe that was Mars.
Right. So, it seems like it was somewhere kind of. I mean, it could have been. It could actually be underground, because maybe it was. Maybe it was just how the underground looks.
Okay. Well,
maybe an atmosphere. Down there.
Here's a little clip that I got. This was from my friend. Actually, part of it was a memory that I had, and the other part came from a friend who I would say remote viewed it, and it was able to pick up some things that I wasn't able to see through my own alters that are all the splits in my mind. But here's what I actually, this is from my book that I put together, and it goes on here. In another memory, I saw myself wearing camos, black boots, and a camo patrol hat. I was in a facility that appeared to be cylindrical, and the center contained a room where the general resided. He handed me a paper, I saluted and walked out. I shared this with another Milab, and he remembers something similar. He says that this facility has a green color, and the central office was the command center. Inside, there are a number of people at the computer interfaces dressed in black gear, embroidered with a Nazi SS stormtrooper insignia on the collar. Is that where you saw the insignia?
You said on the collar?
Yeah. Did you
like where, like if there was like, yeah, I think that's kind of where it was. It seemed like it was somewhere, like if you were to do the pledge where you would put your hand. It seemed like it was somewhere around there. So yeah, I guess that would be like the collar range.
Okay. The central hub would have been silver metal complex connected to green offshoot corridors. Is that kind of what you saw? Was it? What
did you say about the center though? What I heard the second part of it.
The central hub would have been a silver metal complex connected to green offshoot corridors. Did you see the color green, all like maybe on the walls of the corridors, or I don't know?
It wasn't necessarily like I saw colors, but it just seemed like white light in the center at least. But it did have like it was like there was like a center, that was like the main spot, and then there were offshoots all over the place. But it was like in the shape of a circle. But this could have just been one section of it too, you know.
All right.
But I think, I just drew a picture of what I saw too just now, and I have a feeling that I was telling you about, there was like a section that was flashing and was making the sky flash and stuff, and I have a feeling that was like kind of like just their like energy, like you know, like a free energy device or something like that.
Oh yeah, we never did look in that. Oh well, maybe next time. But let's go on here. One leads to a lounge area, which is a different color, and that opens into other areas. There is also a main computer area where Milabs place data into computers, but they are highly drugged and controlled. There may also be a lift that may take you up to a loft or a wing where the commander resides. He has his own lush office. He compiles data on each Milab and photos of them in the civilian world. He thinks he is smug and full of power, that one. There are also training areas. This is part of a larger facility. Space Fleet Command is also connected.
Wow.
All right.
That's strange, like hearing about the guy who, you know, they said was like a powerful, because I definitely sense there was like one guy at the head of the table who was in charge of everything, and he was like definitely the most, you know, he made sure everyone knew that he was in charge, basically. Okay.
And here's the next regression I got from someone else. Okay, and let me just read this. Next facility, I have him try to locate the facility where I'm taken frequently. All I know is it contains the code name Jackson's. He pinpoints a Jackson Elaroo, French name, and he thought it was perhaps in the Nevada desert, and he thinks there are also clones of me in an underground facility near Detroit and Atlanta. See, that was the other thing I wanted us to explore, if you could find them. Because if I take this down, that wasn't what.
Well, you said Nevada, right? Just now.
Well, yeah.
That, I mean, think about like Nevada. You know, that Arizona and like Nevada are the same kind of area, and you know, NASA always says like the closest thing to Mars terrain would be like that sort of area. So maybe it is in Nevada, and maybe I just interpreted it as, you know, being like Mars.
Well,
or something.
you saw a
but it could be that red desert, you know, like I basically just saw like that red, you know, that red kind of color in the soil.
Here's something else, and because I was figuring that you might have saw like huge cloning centers, and that's why I thought it was so big. Maybe you would see tubes where all these clones are. But here's another thing. This person said in this facility she saw where they took my DNA sample from my lip. It was a large room that was very cold. Along the wall there were 500 cryogenic tubes lined up like soldiers, and each tube contained a frozen body. In the compressor read -30 below. The tubes were mostly covered, but each unit contained a small window, and when she looked inside, she saw clones of me. After looking into about 8 or 10 tubes with my body in them, she freaked out and didn't want to look at any more tubes. She couldn't tell how many clones they had of me in there, but it was possible every tube had a clone of me. Each tube was labeled with the words ML and a series of numbers like 401 or 402.
Oh wow.
But
I don't think I saw anything like that, which isn't to say that it isn't there, but the only 2 rooms I remember seeing are like the computer room and then the business room.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, the meeting room.
Yeah.
But I guess maybe that's something we should look into then. It's like, I mean, like I said, I drew it right here, and it looks like there's probably hundreds of rooms in this place.
Yeah. Well, okay. So this guy, he finds a computer. Incidentally, he says it's under the Capitol building in Washington D.C. There's some secret computer room. He remote viewed it and pulled up my file on this computer, and he came up with the following info. I'm going to just read this out real quick.
Mm-hmm.
It says he types my name, and then he sees 11 or 14 different profiles or aliases. And the first one is 1986, and it reads James Michael Rink, date July 17, 1986. And then it shows a picture of me. I'm much younger. I look like of course I would have been 6 back then. And then they show they have a snapshot at their facilities, but it's okay. All right, and it says it gives you the SCIS number, which I'm not quite sure what that means. And then it gives you my height, and then it says my weight. Then it says the area of attendance, and it says Jackson's. And it says a bunch of random numbers, and it says date of chair 88.
Date of chair.
Yeah, date of chair. And I'm not quite sure what that means. Date of chair. Although I think it probably means the trip seat.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe it has something to do with that.
Yeah. So then it goes on. It gives Yeah. So he says I was part of Project.
Did it say anything about like a fort? It being like Fort Jackson or something like that, or is it just Jackson?
Yeah. I think somebody else said that. Oh God. Let's see if I can find. Let me look. Do search. Nope. That's it. That's all I have. The Jackson. Yeah. Okay. So this is okay. This is 1, 2, at least 2 separate people. Neither of them knew each other. Both said I was part of this Jackson facility. And I guess it's 3. So I guess it's safe to say 3 separate people all say it's Jackson's, and now I guess it kind of offers some confirmation. You know, I can't prove any of this. It's all hearsay, but it's interesting nonetheless.
Well, apparently Jackson is something important regardless, you know.
Yeah.
It's something to look into, you know.
All right. Well, I think this is a good point to cut it quit. So I just want to thank you, Mack, for allowing me to pick on your brain a little bit here.
Yeah. Probably.
Thank you for
I appreciate it.
Be a guinea pig for a little while. I hope you found some answers.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna be looking more into it too, and hopefully in these next couple of days too, I'll be able to get some good meditation sessions in or something, and maybe figure something more out. But I'll definitely be keeping in touch too. But also, if you can Facebook me or email me some sort of info about the Mir Cube, I'm probably gonna definitely be trying to grab one of those, because maybe that'll help get us synchronized with more regressions and stuff. Oh, you want to? Oh, okay, yeah. Well, all right. I'm working on it. One of the problems is I'm in a lawsuit right now with Citibank. Okay. What the banks are doing to the people isn't very. Yeah, that's not exactly the most. You're just a muppet to them. So right. So I'm doing the best I can to fight it all off, but it's like it's taking over my life. But when all this dissipates, I'm sure I'll have more time. So, but in the meantime, do you give me permission to put this online? Absolutely, yeah. That'd be no problem. All right, great. Okay, well, thank you, Mack, and you have a good night. Yeah, definitely. And I guess just like whenever you post that up, too, Facebook me or something, let me know. Yeah. All right. Bye-bye. All right. I'll see you later. Bye.